In this video, we'll be having a first look at a new AI-powered tool coming soon to Photoshop later on this year. It isn't available just yet, but if you want to download the beta version of Photoshop, you can access it. To do so, just open your Creative Cloud app and then come down here to where it says Beta Apps, and you could download Photoshop Beta right here. And once you launch that, you will get the beta version of Photoshop, and you will have this new little toolbar down here that allows you to dictate what goes on your screen here using text prompts. So let's have a look at how you can use this thing. I'm going to zoom in on my subject here, on my example image. I have this lighthouse in this image. Let's say I wanted to remove this lighthouse from the image. I'm going to grab the lasso tool and click and drag and draw a very rudimentary selection going around the lighthouse like that. And I'm going to click on this Generative Fill button. And if you notice in here, we now have a text input box. You can type prompts in there to tell it what to do to that selection. I'm just going to leave it blank for now and click on the Generate button. And just like that, the lighthouse has been removed from the image. Now, if you come down here, you can see the lighthouse is still being reflected in the water. So let's say we want to remove that as well. We can do the same thing. Just click and drag to draw a selection going around the area. Click on the Generative Fill button, and then click on Generate. And now that has been removed as well. So let's have a look at what this thing can do with some text prompts. Let's zoom into this area over here where the lighthouse originally was. And let's say I wanted to put something else here, like a giraffe, for example. I'm going to click and drag to draw a selection right around here. And I'm going to put a giraffe in here. I'm going to click on the Generative Fill button, and I'm going to type in giraffe. And then I will click Generate. And there, as you can see, it has generated a giraffe where the lighthouse was. And not only that, it gives you 3 different options to cycle through. If you look over here, you'll see this is just option number 1 of 3. So I'm going to cycle through this. That's what the other giraffe looks like. And that's what the third one looks like. So I like the first one the best. I'm going to leave that as it is. And as you can see, just like that, we have altered this image using nothing but text prompts. So another thing this new tool can do is it can extend images. So let me zoom out. Let's say I needed this image to be wider than it is. I can grab my crop tool over here, and I could take this left edge and pull this out like that. Press Enter to apply it. And now we have this big empty area. Let's create a continuation of this image using this empty area by grabbing the rectangular marquee tool and then click and drag over the area right here. And you also want to grab some of the image as well. So just bring the selection into the image just so it can get a little sample selection right there. Click on the Generative Fill button and then click Generate. And as you can see there, it has created a continuation of the image using its own interpretation of what it should be. So let's play around with this some more. I have this other example image here. I'm going to zoom in on this, and I'm going to try to remove the watermelon from the subject's hands here. I'm going to grab my lasso tool, and I'm going to click and drag to draw a selection going around the watermelon. And I will click on Generative Fill, and then I will click Generate. Okay, a little bit of a weird result there, but let's have a look at the other options. Let's see what number 2 looks like. A little better. And then number 3 over here. Okay, so let's go with this for now. I'm going to put a hot dog in the subject's hands here. So I'm going to click and drag to draw a selection going through his hands right about where I think a hot dog ought to be. And I will type in hot dog. Click Generate. All right, that looks pretty good. Let's cycle through and see the other options. That's the other one. That one looks a little off over towards the bottom right there. And then number 3 looks good, but I think the first one looks the best. So we'll leave that right there. And let's put a soda in his other hand. So I'm going to click and drag through here. And I'm going to type soda can. Okay, that looks pretty good. Let's see what the other options are. That one looks a lot better. And that one looks the worst of the 3. I think this one right here looks really good. So I'll leave that as it is. And one last thing I will do, let's see if we can change the subject's hat over here. Let's see if we can give her a different style of hat. I'm going to click and drag over this. And for this one, I'm not going to type anything. I'm just going to leave it as it is and click the generate button and see what it does. And just like that, it has removed the hat from the subject and created its own interpretation of what her hair should look like. And there doesn't appear to be any other options for this one. I guess it didn't generate anything else, but that looks good enough as it is, so I think I will leave that as it is. And I think that should do it for this video. This is what the future has in store for us Photoshop users. So check it out if you want to see how it works. And as always, thanks for watching. Join the Logos by Nick mailing list and get over 200 free design templates, including logos, avatars, textures, infographics, and more. As a member, you'll receive news, updates, and tips about your favorite design apps. Just use the link below to subscribe for free and download your templates. As always, thanks for watching.